coming to you all the way from Nice in France, southern France. Here with my buddy Fish on the other line on Skype. We are Trash Talk, and mate, people have been rumouring us to be dead.
Yeah, look, there's a little bit of conspiracy about where you've gone around these parts, mate. Some people think that you're on a potato village. That is like an entire village made of potatoes in Botswana. Others think that you're doing some polar bear wrangling in the Arctic. It's really up in the air, so I think the first thing is, the people want to know, where are you, mate? What the hell have you been doing?
Well, mate, the polar bears are true. Coming straight out of the gate with that one.
I just won $20 just then. You don't know how happy you've made me.
That's good. It's a good thing to bet on. I've been on tour with work, been all around the States, killing it over there, and then now I'm in Europe. Been here for a week now in Europe, been to Helsinki and Copenhagen, and now I'm in the beautiful southern part of France.
Just cracking vino.
Yeah, just cracking a vino. For those of you at home, don't ask me what this is. It's a base.
It's an elegant stubby, as my brother put it.
Mate, today I'm drinking the Cotes du Rhône.
Right.
What are you on?
I got one for you. We're on the cow bommy.
That's great. That is bloody
I
great.
thought it was needed. Here's cheers, mate. From
Cheers,
a world
bud.
away.
Cheers.
A
We
world
timed that
away.
well.
But some things in this world, they're kind of universal.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess it's got to be the NBA playoffs.
It is a universal thing, even though it only happens in one country.
Yeah.
Unless Toronto were to make it, which will never happen, ever.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I literally cannot see shit in
Yeah,
these.
I can't either.
This is like one of those
Worst
glasses
idea
that
ever.
your Year 9 missus gives to you from the servo.
Yeah.
I don't know where I dug these things up for.
Mine are so good at shading that in a dark room, it makes it really dark. That's
Probably
okay.
a good thing, to be honest. It's probably a good thing. It's exactly what you want.
Why would you want to see?
Exactly. You wonder how P. Diddy does it sometimes, to be honest.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does see.
I think that's just his eyes.
Yeah.
He actually doesn't have eyes. It's literally just
sunnies.
wide glasses.
They're just little black X's where his eyes are.
That's a little bit creepy, man.
Yeah, well, he just likes sleeping.
Creepy. It's getting intense. So we've got a few housekeeping things here, mate. I want to keep you up to date with the goings on in the Mona Vale area.
Yep.
Herbert from across the road in the retirement village.
Herbie.
He tried legging it the other day, tried to make a permanent escape for freedom. We all knew that it was coming. We kind of suspected it after he erected a pirate flag out the back of his mobility scooter.
Oh, of course.
We always knew he would be.
Of course.
We always knew he would be in a little bit of trouble, but luckily Joan caught up to him, and she managed to persuade him without anything bad sort of eventuating. So that's all sort of local street news.
Joan's quick over 50 metres as well, as we all know.
They do, and they just go down. And when they're going downhill, the brakes are hard to stop. I'm going to tell you that much.
Literally.
Another thing, our good mate Schreiber is looking to get hitched with quite literally the girl next door.
Schreiber, you old dirty dog.
You old dirty dog, taking her out to putt-putt. Look at him go.
Tell us how they met Fish.
So, the gracious man that is Roger Schreiber,
Rog,
Alex's dad, he saw a reasonably, I'm going to say very attractive girl over the other side of the fence and inquired to her parents about her asexuality and her availability. Always good to get those two things in order.
That is
good.
And,
fate be told, they went up to palmy headland on their first date. And now they're doing putt together. He's
Jeez.
obviously showing her the strokes.
Well done, Shrives. Well done to you
Well
at
done,
home,
Schreiber.
mate.
So up
Yeah,
the
here's
boys.
to you. Here's to you, bud.
But mate, there's some more pressing matters at hand, and that's definitely got to be the NBA Finals.
I was going to say there's one more housekeeping
we-
thing I have to tell you about over here. And that is the emergence.
I'm interested and scared at the same time.
The emergence of my new message tone. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but
Mate, I'm not sure either. Here we're gonna play it home for the fans.
nah, here I'll play it for you now.
Go Gators!
That's what's up. Go Gators.
Tell you what that is. That's just you paying homage to your people.
It's my people. I got to look after them.
That's
Gotta
your
look
people.
The Gators,
Always.
Gators Nation.
Go Gators!
Oh gosh,
Really
now
gotta-
I'm just getting
really gotta
messages
look-
in from everyone.
Go Gators!
Oh
Hey,
my
Does
god.
that work? You need to get that.
What? Send me another text, Fish. I dare you.
No, I think I'll keep you hanging in suspense. To be honest.
Yeah, right. If I start to nod off, just send it. It's sitting right next to my head.
Too easy. I'll start to see you start tilting.
Mate, yeah. Let's get into these NBA finals, shall we? We
Mate, that we shall. Let's just dive straight in. What have you got for me, mate?
teams. 2 teams.
That's generally what a final is, mate.
Yeah, but there were 30 teams, and now there's 2. Just in case anyone at home doesn't know math, that means that the best 2 teams are versing each other in the final, and there can only be one champion. The Golden State Warriors versus the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, I was about to say it's definitely the LeBron and the MCs, the Motley Crew.
Yeah.
Kind of a rag.
Featuring a little bit of Kyrie Irving.
Just a touch. If his knee or ankles anything to go by, to be honest.
Yeah, he's been saying that he's not 100%, which
For a while now.
I find it strange that he's not. Usually most players, when you hear them being interviewed before a game and there's an injury cloud over them, they'll be like, no, I'm 100%, I'm ready to go, even if they're not. Kyrie is kind of just like, yeah, I'm 73%, not sure. It's like,
how do you even get that number?
How did I get that
I'm
number?
wondering where his 27% is. Like, if that guy's 27% knee.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
tough
know.
one.
It's a real tough one.
He's
There's
obviously got
probably
some kind
very
of math to it.
Yeah, some kind of arithmetic
Yeah.
involved, but we'll hopefully suss him out. Which kind of like I really want to know because Kyrie's, for me, I feel like he's going to be a bit of a linchpin in this series. Definitely a linchpin in this series if he can start to work offensively, and if he can try. See, my crux with it is that I don't think Kyrie's going to be able to handle Curry defensively.
No.
Which leaves a few alterations that David Black can use. Whether he puts LeBron on him for stretches, ends up putting Shumpert on him for stretches. But in doing that, he's got to be able to hide Kyrie somewhere on that floor.
I don't know if he
the
can
Warriors
hide Kyrie.
just move so much. It just, I don't know. I really can't see Kyrie coping with the heavy pick and roll usage that the Warriors employ.
Yeah, it's no real secret that Kyrie's not the greatest defender on the planet, and I tend to agree. I think we're going to see a lot of Shumpert on Steph, a lot of LeBron switching onto Steph. LeBron tends to do that in big games. You'll see him switch onto all kinds of players. Like he was switching onto D Rose in that Bulls series.
No.
Like I've seen series in the past where he switched onto Tony Parker, switched onto Rondo, like he'll play against nearly any player besides maybe a 5 and sometimes even a 5.
Yeah.
And
sometimes.
he is a very versatile defender, but I feel like if LeBron's using all his energy defending Curry, which is just pretty much chasing him around screens all day, you obviously want LeBron being your number one offensive option, but he's going to get worn out real quickly on defense, and also that leaves holes defensively with other players: Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Harrison Barnes.
But what would happen when Harrison Barnes is posting up Kyrie if, let's say, LeBron is marking Klay Thompson and Shumpert's on Curry? Putting Harrison Barnes against Curry is, Harrison Barnes against Kyrie, it's a pretty far stretch. It's going to be really interesting. I think what's going to happen is the Cavs are really going to be praying for a poor offensive night from the Warriors. That's what they're going to be betting on.
I don't know if you can bet on that.
Like, you really can't. Like, they did it twice
playoffs
against Memphis, but Memphis were a different beast entirely because they couldn't go inside. But, I mean, the Cavs are always going to employ their small lineup where they put Thompson at the 5, LeBron at the 4. And they're going to try and surround them with shooters. But then if they put Draymond Green on... I think that the two most interesting aspects here are definitely going to be Draymond Green on Tristan Thompson.
Yep.
And it's going to be Andrew Bogut on Timofey Mozgov.
Yeah.
There's two positions for the starters anyway. Like, I don't want to get into bench players, but I feel like those two sort of things, that's just a coin toss on a given night.
Yeah.
On a given night. I mean, Thompson's shown his tenacity for the offensive rebound. I better start calling him Tristan, to be honest, because there's Klay. But he's...
T-squared.
T-squared. We'll just start calling him T-squared. So, yeah, T-squared trying to get that offensive glass. How he's going to cope mucking around with the bigs when they've got Bogut up there. I mean, the Warriors ended up using a small lineup with Bogut on at one point and playing Harrison Barnes at the 4.
Yeah.
And then surrounding them with shooters and having Livingston as the main wing defender and then Klay and Curry. Like, they've just got so many... They're so easy to adapt, this Warriors team, is that I feel like it's going to be really difficult for the Cavs to kind of sort it out. Because, I mean, if they lock them into a bad shooting spell, they can just switch it up like that. And then just go, they've got so much firepower that I don't know how the Cavs are going to try and respond to it.
Yeah, it's the thing that the Warriors have going for them is they're just so freaking versatile on the defensive end. They can switch at nearly every position. The only thing that would scare me for the Warriors is they don't have, besides Bogut, they don't really have a big rim protector coming off the bench. But I saw that being a problem in the Memphis series.
Well.
What's that?
Yeah, true. I will say that Festus Ezeli has been playing well.
Yeah,
he's been doing. He's been more so glass cleaning than he has done. Than he has done rim protecting.
Offensively as well, he's been pretty good. But I would say that rim protection thing was only a problem so much for the Memphis series where you've got two big guys that they had to match up against, and obviously they were able to adjust. And Draymond Green played like the series of his life, and they got through that. But now it's Cleveland. It's like, are you really worried about Mozgov posting you up? Are you worried? Like, maybe if K-Love was playing, this would be a different conversation. But I think Tristan Thompson and Mozgov are not really a huge inside threat. And, I mean, obviously you want someone big there when you're versing LeBron, obviously, because he's going to attack the rim all day. But
all day.
I think that Bogut, Draymond, Barnes will probably be covering LeBron a lot of the times on defensive sets. I think they've got the manpower to shut him down.
From the last game, Draymond Green switched onto him a lot. And I think that was more so to do with Cavs playing small ball.
Yeah.
And having LeBron there as that point power forward. Ugh. So it's I don't know. It's really going to be interesting, and I think that's the beauty of this finals matchup. We've got two rookie coaches, which hasn't happened since the inauguration
Yeah.
of the league. You've got the best player in the world versus the best shooter in the world, who are all surrounded by so many versatile elements. Where
Yeah.
you've got on Cavs, you've got an absolute bulldog in Della Vedova who rattles feathers and is able to get under
It's been
players'
big
skin.
time these playoffs.
He's been really big time, and I think it's because he's kind of come out of nowhere. He's just come out with all that Australianism and all that tenacity,
Yeah.
and just where it's more hustle than skill, and that's rattled a few feathers. That definitely rattled Jeff Teague's.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting where he's sort of surrounded by players like that who aren't versatile themselves, but individually they've all got these X assets and they're able to go through different avenues.
Yeah. I think
It's going to be really interesting.
we talked about LeBron earlier in the season, GM LeBron, when he went on his 2-week break and J.R. Smith came in and Mozgov came in and Shumpert. And the way you kind of look at it now, it's like LeBron's kind of got the perfect complements around him for him to be, like, himself, if you know what I mean. Like, he's got guys that are better defenders than what they had at the start of the season. J.R. Smith's an upgrade over Waiters. Shumpert's really good on defense and can switch on a lot of plays. And they've got a rim protector.
Enormous these playoffs.
And that is huge for LeBron. And then LeBron's kind of got his D Wade and Kyrie offensively. Not the same player, but someone that LeBron can give the ball to, and Kyrie can make stuff happen. Like, we all see how good he is kind of finishing at the rim. He can shoot the three. Kyrie's an awesome point guard offensively. And
definitely,
I think people were saying, I don't think it can work because they both need the ball, but we've seen that they've just been pretty much dominating these playoffs, those two players.
Yeah.
Especially LeBron, but Kyrie as well, besides the injuries, has been enormous.
I think a subtle one in there has definitely got to be Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson's been huge on the boards.
He's been playing out of his skin, and he's the reason why I think the Cavs are leading in second chance points throughout these playoffs.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and actually that kind of brings me to a question that I wanted to ask you, because I feel like this series generally, I feel like the Cavs are going to be winning out the second chance points, and I feel like the Warriors are going to be winning on the fast break points.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of wondering, where do you see like the difference between the two?
I think
who's gonna go harder, or who are the Cavs going to go harder in the paint than the Warriors can run up the court?
Yeah, that's a good question. Rebounding's pretty key for this series, and one thing that the Cavs do have going for them is they've been absolutely monstrous on the offensive rebounding side. Tristan Thompson, as you say, he's been coming off the bench, but he's also been starting a bit, and he's pulling down quite a lot of overboards a night, which
He's just been monstering in the paint.
At first, I thought like maybe teams just weren't paying attention to him and not boxing out, but if you actually watch him, he just puts all his energy into knocking that ball back out or grabbing the rebound, getting it back.
Definitely.
And you never see him make a stupid decision when he wins the offensive board either. He'll always look to kick it back out or to find LeBron or Kyrie. He's not taking stupid kind of quick like hook shots or anything or trying to re-dunk it if it's not on. He's always making the smart play. And I think he's kind of earned himself a good pay rise this summer because Cleveland, I would say, are going to re-sign him and for a good amount of money because of just how key he's been for them. Back to your question, obviously, if getting out on the fast break, that requires either steals or defensive rebounds, which the Warriors are probably going to have to work harder to get, and we know how absolutely lethal they can be in transition. They need to start by getting their defensive rebounding going. Obviously, they're going to defend really hard, but yeah, they can't be letting I'm interested to see. I honestly believe that Coach Kerr would have seen this all week. They've had nearly 2 weeks to get ready for this matchup. Kerr is looking at every single thing that Cleveland does better than them, and he's making adjustments as we speak to make sure that when they suit up for this game one, they're all going to be ready. They know what they're doing. So yeah, I think the Warriors still have that fast break advantage, but don't be surprised if Tristan Thompson just monsters the boards all night and kind of gives Draymond Green a headache, gives Bogut a headache, gives Kerr a headache.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm very interested to see this.
True. Yeah, it's I know. I find that I feel like the steals are gonna come for the Golden State Warriors. So many of the Cavs in the past when they were against Atlanta, who weren't a brilliant defensive team in the playoffs. They just weren't a brilliant team in the playoffs, period.
Pretenders.
But they coughed the ball up a lot.
Yeah.
For being very superior to the Hawks. They coughed it up a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just got to do with I know Dellavedova was on for quite a bit, but there were a couple of games where LeBron had some horrible turnovers.
He had upwards of 6. I think it was in Game 3.
Yeah,
where the Hawks came really close.
Yeah, but
it was just it's just little things where I feel like you can kind of get away with it with a non-regular season Hawks.
Yeah,
but the Hawks team they weren't going to punish you. Unfortunately, they would have in the regular season, but they just didn't have their mojo in the off season, in the postseason.
Yeah. Bright lights are a bit
but
too much.
This Golden State Warriors team is going to be fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
Because not only are you giving up fast break points, you get out on the break. You've got Draymond Green running up back through the paint, and he's driving the ball up. He's got Curry on his right, and he's got Klay Thompson on his left. He finds the open man. You got 3. So one person overcommits to Curry, he can go and hit it to Klay. He's going to knock it down for a wide open 3.
Yeah.
You got 2 that are split, and you got Draymond Green getting an easy deuce.
Yeah.
It's just Cleveland will really have to watch their turnovers.
Yeah,
really.
Sure. And you look at what Golden State did in their Game 4 against Houston. I think, how many turnovers did James Harden have? I think it was 13. And they were all... A lot of them were just being absolutely hounded defensively. Obviously, has a lot to do with James Harden just choking, but yeah, that's the guy who was runner-up for MVP this season, and he just
you want to give him the ball.
So,
you want to give him the ball.
Yeah, so Cleveland's probably going to have to clean up their turnovers, but I think they'll be okay on that front. I think LeBron is too smart of an NBA player to let that happen for too long, and I think Kyrie doesn't turn the ball over very much. He's got some of the sickest handles, some of the sickest passing.
He's the best handler in the game. He's the best.
He's extremely key to this series, I think. If he can't go, if he's not healthy, I don't think Cleveland can get away with playing Matthew Dellavedova for 30 minutes a night.
They won't.
As much as he is an absolute hound and an animal on the defensive end, he offensively he's nowhere near Kyrie. He's not even half of Kyrie. So
no way.
Yeah, I
feel like he's going to be utilized to ruffle Curry's feathers.
They'll definitely. Don't get me wrong, they'll bring him on for stretches.
Teague's feathers and ruffling Curry is a very, very different ball game. Because you know that Teague isn't going to pull up and pull out a ridiculous 3.
No.
You know it. He's just going to be you can kind of back off on him, approach when you can, try and get some body contact and just niggle him a little bit on the defensive end. You can't do that with Curry because you can't give him an inch of room.
Yeah. Curry.
You can't make those niggling plays.
I feel like Curry as well. Dellavedova, I think what he'll be used for if Kyrie can go, Vlad will probably bring him on for stretches where he's not so much there to necessarily get steals on Curry or slow Curry's game down, but more so wear him out. So start with the full court press, or even force the ball out of
Make
Curry's
him work
hands
for
so
every
much so that someone else is bringing the ball up the court. Chasing him around screens, which Delhi is really good at, and just kind of wearing Curry down. Just pretty much just trying to stop the ball from getting to him. I don't know how successful you're going to be with that because Golden State, their system, the way they play, the way they set screens, and just Coach Kerr's so smart at kind of setting out those plays for them, and they've all got high IQ basketball players. The ball's going to get to Curry eventually. Like,
It will.
there's just no, and even if it doesn't, I still think they have the smartest players around that they're going to find the open man anyway.
Yeah, and I found that really, really interesting, especially after rewatching the Cavs Atlanta series. I found that the Cavs went under screens a lot.
Yeah,
As soon as they knew that the Hawks weren't shooting well,
they were almost.
they kept on going under screens, and it made it perfect for them because they shrunk the defense. They got in. Atlanta ultimately didn't have Kyle Korver to stretch the spacing. Pero Antic wasn't shooting well, which he never really does, to be honest. But like they just had so many 3-point shots where it just wouldn't go in.
Yeah.
It'd be a very different ball game if Atlanta started hitting those threes. You can't take that risk against
no
Golden
way.
State because like Klay Thompson had 2 points in 2 quarters, and the Sacramento Kings were just going underneath every single screen. Bang, 37 points in a quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's like that. You can't. These guys are like microwaves. You just press the button and they start to heat up.
Yeah.
As soon as they see one go in, you're going to see 4 more go in. It's just absurd.
That's the thing as well. We saw Harrison Barnes even have like a kind of heat check game the other night against Houston where he scored like 9 points in a row in one quarter and kind of almost put the game away for them against Houston. And
that 15-point fourth quarter was enormous.
Yeah.
That's probably his best quarter of the season.
That's what Harrison Barnes is probably their 4th option on offense.
Definitely.
And it's just like that's scary.
And that's not including the bench.
Yeah. And I mean, you've got guys. I mean, Iguodala can get hot. You can't forget, but he used to cause Boston all kinds of problems in those Boston Philly series back in the day. He was the alpha dog on those Philly teams. And I know he can still do that. He shows glimpses of that all the time. But obviously, his role now is defensively set. He comes into the game, gets a little bit hot. You've got guys like Sean Livingston who can post up, pretty versatile point guard who also has all these guys we keep mentioning high basketball IQs, and they all make the right plays, and that's what's scary
and they all
for
fit
Cleveland.
into the system.
Yeah.
Like the system works for them.
But in saying all this, I keep saying high IQ. Not one player on the Warriors team has any finals basketball experience compared to the Cavs, who have LeBron, who's been there millions of times. Almost
Miller's been there, but he's not been playing well.
Yeah. Who else have they
J.R.
got?
Smith and Iman Shumpert have one in them, I think.
They've got none.
No?
No, they haven't.
See, it's just inexperience versus inexperience. They're just so... Like,
That's the key,
even on
though.
the player's standpoint...
LeBron has been there, and he's won, and I think that's an advantage. I honestly do.
And he is... But that's the thing. It's how much LeBron's experience is going to affect this is going to be far disproportionate to the rest of the Cavs helping out on that front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's going to be entirely up to them. It's pretty much... This is all on LeBron's shoulders.
It definitely is.
If LeBron has a game like he did on that... was it game 2? Where he was 0 for 10.
Oh, I think that was game 3.
Game 3. Started off 0 for 10, and then he brought it back.
Ends up with 37 points. He ends up with a stupid triple-double.
Yeah. But will he be able to do that against the Golden State defense?
I don't know. But the thing that scares me is I'm like the whole time like Golden State's got this. They've got this in 5. They've got this in 6. Like I just think they're the better team. But then I think about who I'm betting against, and it's bloody LeBron James, and I'm like I don't even feel. I still something about me doesn't feel overly confident against him, betting against him, and it's because he is the best player in basketball, and he's been
100%.
like that for the last decade. So, I mean, I think the Cavs can only go as far as he will take them, and I don't know how far that is, especially against.
I'm going to pull you up on that. I don't think it's that. I think that LeBron can take them. It just depends on how much the Cavaliers are willing to help him.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
if LeBron's there from sheer will and he pulls down 40 in a night, the Golden State Warriors can still win. They can still win that if J.R. Smith is shot 0 for 6. If everyone else is just not contributed whatsoever.
But here's the
I
thing:
feel like
what if LeBron has a choke of night? There, besides Kyrie, there's no one that's really going to be able to just pick up the scraps. I don't feel. So I feel like it has to be LeBron, has to be going nuts, like you said. But his supporting cast has to come along with him.
they've got to turn up too. And that's been a little bit of the beauty about these playoffs is that LeBron has been helping them to turn up.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the thing. Is just like he's assisting at like record high numbers.
Mate, I've got the numbers right here. He's averaging 8.3 assists per game in these playoffs, which is
That's absurd.
2.5 assists more than he has in any other playoffs he's been in. Period. And he's still averaging 27.6 points a game. With it's just absurd how good he is playing right now.
It's insane. He's throwing up Blake Griffin postseason numbers.
Here's another weird kind of stat. LeBron's averaging 25 shots a game, which is 5 more shots more than he's averaged in any other playoffs. But he's shooting 17.9% from 3-point range, and he's taking 5 threes a game.
His jump shot's been really out of it.
Yeah, I don't
His
know.
jump shot's really, really out of it. I think I'm going to get to your first point. I feel like the reason why his shot percentage has gone up and the amount of shots that he's taking has gone up is because he doesn't have Chris Bosh and he doesn't have Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
I also feel like his... Sorry, what was the second point? I lost it.
17.9%
Yeah.
from 3-point.
It's just that his jump shot has been terrible.
Yeah.
Like this postseason because he hasn't needed to rely on it. Like you pull the Hawks into an ISO situation, it's going to be hard to stop LeBron James.
Mm.
As soon as LeBron James pulls into an ISO against the Golden State Warriors, you've got the runner-up to Defensive Player of the Year and Draymond Green marking him.
Yeah.
And then they help with Bogut because Bogut's not going to be guarding Mozgov. They'll just crowd the paint. And I guess that will usually depend on how good a shooting night the Cavs are having.
Yeah.
But if the Cavs aren't firing from outside, they're just going to suck it all in and just go, shoot, LeBron, shoot. Go for it. Pull up on me. Go.
Yeah.
Oh, you drilled a 20-footer. That's fine. We'll live with that. Ball movement. Curry 3, bang. Straight back into it. Go and shoot LeBron. Misses. It's just just going to be this fast-paced kind of... It depends on who fires up and who doesn't. Also, on that, how much help would you throw at LeBron James if you were Steve Kerr? How much help defense would you throw at him?
I think I guess you got to kind of look at what kind of game he's having. I think he's going to be going to his post-ups a lot. And the problem with kind of help defense on LeBron is you bring a man over and LeBron's pretty good at finding whoever they just left. Like, he, especially from that post position, I think he's one of the deadliest players on the planet, just with his passes from out of there. And yeah, I guess you got to see, like, I'd let LeBron shoot jumpers all night long if I could. If I'm Steve
Definitely.
Kerr, but he's not. He's way smarter than that. He's going to try to get to the rim. Honestly, I probably would be helping, but if you see who else he's going to be kicking it.
Go Gators!
Oh God, you jerk! In the middle of a rant, you fucking ruined my rant.
I know. I was like, nah, this is going on for way too long.
No, but back to my point. I think if he's going to be posting up, I probably would drag another defender over, only because
Go Gators!
the guys he's kicking it to, you are such a jerk. The guys he's kicking it to aren't exactly the best players on the planet.
No.
He doesn't have, unless it's going to Kyrie. I don't know. J.R. Smith's decent at shooting.
It's so hot in college.
Let Shumpert shoot all night, I think.
Yeah, if I'm
I'd leave
Steve
him
Kerr,
wide
like,
open.
just force it to Shumpert's corner. I mean, it's absurd. Like, I feel like the one thing that I found really surprising, especially from the Cavs' point of view, was that they really struggled on perimeter shooting. Like, for the amount of corner threes that Atlanta took, they didn't hit them. But they still had wide open looks, like late in the third game with Atlanta. I think it was Sean Mack who took the corner three.
Yeah.
Took that corner three. You get that in Curry's hands, he's shooting 91% from that corner.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Dude, that's absurd, man.
That's higher than
absurd.
most players' free throw percentages, just so you know.
That's higher than almost every single player's free throw percentage.
Yeah. It's
Like, you can't leave that up. Like, if you're playing on the ball, you got Leandro Barbosa running the pick and roll with Draymond Green. You're playing small ball. You're trying to keep it in with the Cavs. And you've got Leandro Barbosa or Sean Livingston, Klay Thompson, and Curry. And then Curry's open for a corner three. It's deadly.
Yeah.
It's so deadly. His muscle memory from that spot is absurd. That shot against New Orleans in Game 3, absurd.
Yeah.
He did it again against the Houston Rockets in Game 4 against Houston. He shot like 4 or 5 of them from that corner and sunk every single one of them. It's just they're going to be so helpless from that spot if the Warriors are able to exploit them. And that's where I'm really concerned for the Cavs, is that I want David Blatt to make his defense as good as it possibly can be against the Warriors.
Yeah.
But I can't see that happening against Kerr's offensive prowess. He's just got too many pieces. He's got too many pieces that can blow up at any point. But in saying that, if the Warriors do have a bad offensive spell and they can't hit a dime, they're just rimming out, it's just not their night, can the Cavs best the league's best regular season defense and punish them for it? Because the only way that they've been able to punish teams is through second chance points. It's been like their largest margin of actually their like point differential among how their points have been scored. It's all been second chance points. So if the Warriors are shooting badly and the Cavs are offensively rebounding badly, surely you're going to think that the Warriors are going to win because they're just going to find a way.
Yeah. I think
That's my predicament.
I would agree with all those points for sure. Another factor that you have to look at with Cleveland's defense, like they've been awesome defensively.
They have been,
and especially in the
more
clutch, they've been really good at defending. But I just want to take you through who they've been versing in these games to get to where they are. They versed my Celtics too soon, but you look at that Celtics team. Who's the closer? Who are you worried about hitting a dagger? No one really. Isaiah Thomas maybe, but
Jay Crowder.
not even. Oh. Anyway,
I love how we both got that comment.
yeah,
I think
we
I'm
both just got a
that
Facebook comment because we're pretty much the same person.
Pretty much. I'm not sure whether Willem's not the same person.
I don't know.
Holy, what is that?
What the heck are we watching?
What the hell? All right, Willem, if you're watching this, stop. Like,
Thanks,
this
Willem.
is so absurd.
This is
Thanks,
really
Willem.
weird.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Willem.
Really appreciated that, mate.
Back to the point.
1 second, I just got to watch out my eyeballs. Sorry, man. I'm just gonna. All right, we good.
Yeah, so Boston didn't really have a closer. The Bulls, bit better, but it's
They're
kind
the
of
best team in
D-Rose or
first.
Butler's their only offensive threat. And Cleveland were able to adjust. LeBron ended up making Jimmy Butler look a bit silly. But then you look at Atlanta, and we said that was their problem all season. Atlanta's problem was they don't have a closer. They don't have someone you can throw the ball to make plays at the end of games. And that came back to bite them hard because Shelvin Mack's taken a freaking corner three for the game. And it doesn't fall. And is anyone surprised? No.
Yeah, that was more so out of a broken play, though.
True, but at the
It was
same
off the
time,
rip.
I don't know if I'd be that stoked if Jeff Teague's taken that. Kyle Korver, yes, but he got injured.
Exactly.
With this Golden State team, they've got Steph Curry, who's obviously the guy you've got to get it into his hands in the clutch. He's so clutch. We've seen that. Klay Thompson also, he doesn't miss very often. You've got to cover him. Draymond Green's going to hit his shots. Harrison Barnes has come up clutch before. They've got some clutch players. Livingston, Iguodala, like these guys can all make plays down the stretch. This is not like anyone that Cleveland has had to deal with this postseason. Not the amount of depth, the amount of guys that can get thrown the ball down the stretch. And I don't know if Cleveland has the manpower to cover it.
It's really Cleveland. No, I'm going to say that it's LeBron's back against the wall.
Yes.
And he's going to be pulling. He's been strapped in with the elastic, and he's pulling a bloody jumbo jet to try and get through.
Yeah.
And I feel like every person in their right mind would bet for the Warriors. There's a reason why they're the favorites.
Yeah.
But in doing so, you're betting against the best player in the world and how much of a difference that guy can make.
You're betting against also a really clutch player. A lot of people say LeBron's not clutch. That's an absolute load of shit.
He is. He's clutch.
He's a monster down the stretch. And people say that because he's not hitting like these 30-foot jumpers for the win. But if you watch LeBron, he's driving to the rim, which is the right play all the time because that's what he's best at. And he'll drive to the rim, he'll make layups, he'll make dunks at the end of games. It's absurd. If the ball gets inbounded to him and there's 6 seconds on the clock, I'm fucking shitting myself.
Yeah, definitely. I would literally, if I was Kurt and there's 6 seconds left and LeBron James has the ball at about 30 feet, 35 feet, I'm double teaming the hell out of him.
I may be fouling him.
Wow.
Depending what the score is.
Is that bad of a free throw shooter?
What?
Do you think he's that bad of a free throw shooter?
No, not so much. But if Cleveland needs a 3 to tie, I'm fouling LeBron.
Oh yeah. I'm talking about tie game for the win.
Tie game. I'm definitely double teaming. I'm 100% double teaming. But at the same time, you got to make sure that he's not. Because he can bloody dribble as well. He's such a beast.
Okay.
You can't let him get to the rim. You gotta have Bogut in there or someone that's gonna protect that rim. But I mean, it's easy to say this is how you defend LeBron in the clutch. Really good coaches have had to defend him in the clutch, and let's interview them now, shall we?
Yeah, one of the best.
Scott Brooks. Scott Brooks, how's life, mate?
Mate, I hear that he's absolutely living dreams up in Barbados.
He probably is. Apparently, he's taking a year off basketball.
Supposedly, he's actually taken up actuarial studies.
Oh man, pouring out a 40 for Scott Brooks. Good on you, man.
I would, but there's carpet.
Yeah, same. And I'm in a hotel.
Yeah, and that might come back to bite you when the company realizes more wine stains.
Exactly. But another small talking point of these finals. I don't know if you've seen on Twitter or on Instagram, there's been a lot of Cavaliers fans that have been getting tattoos already that say 2015 NBA champions. And to me, that seems so stupid, ignorant, arrogant. I don't know what you want to call it. I think it's fucking dumb. And
it's man.
There's a part of me that so badly wants to see one of them with their tattoo crying. Like, I really do.
Exactly. Like, dude, it is a tattoo. It is with you for life. What happens if you get that tattoo, let's just say 14 days later when you realize that the Cavaliers have miraculously won against the Golden State Warriors? What's the difference?
Yeah,
what is the difference of you getting a tattoo like 2 weeks prior to you guys actually losing?
Why would you... it just blows my mind. Why would you get a tattoo as if you getting the tattoo is going to affect the outcome of this series? How damn selfish are you? You are not God.
No, you are not God.
You don't know me. You're not God. You just do have souls. Brian Scalabrine somewhere in the world celebrating right now.
Bless him. He's there chanting and cheering. It's like that, one of the guys in the FA Cup, before the FA Cup in England during the English Premier League.
The Villa fan.
Gets an Aston Villa 2014-15 FA Cup winners, and they get flogged 4-0 against Arsenal.
He looks like a right dickhead.
Oh, like, more to the point. All right, I'm going to put you through a hypothetical.
Yep.
You are a massive Cavaliers fan. You've just inked yourself with 2014 to 2015 NBA Finals champions, Cleveland Cavaliers. They lose.
Yep.
In a sweep.
I'm paying the $35,000 to get that shit removed.
No, because you're a poor man. You don't have that kind of money.
I forgot I'm from Cleveland.
Money. So...
No, it's well known that it's a blue-collar area.
Shout out to the middle class.
Shout out to the blue-collar workers out there that make the USA the most freedom country in the world, apparently.
The most freedom country.
Coffee still costs a fucking shit ton.
How would you remedy, like, you've got the trophy, you got the ball, you got the shaft, and you got the little, quite phallic. What would you do? What would you do if you had
what would I turn it into to make it look like it wasn't actually that?
What would you turn it into to make sure that it didn't look like you just did that?
Okay, do you want to know one thing that is kind of in their favour? If they've just written 2015 NBA champions, there is hope because a 5 changes into a 6 quite easily.
Good point.
That's the only thing I have going for me. Either that or I turn it into like a human centipede kind of style tattoo. I don't know, something kind of fucked up. Probably wouldn't because...
Just where people don't just turning the trophy into like a penis or something so that people look at it. It does
look kind of a penis.
Then just go, oh, dude, no. Like, and then they don't have to read the wording.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And they're like, "Why did you do that?" And then they just go, "Oh, I'm more thick."
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
one thing. One thing we've learnt over years of our tattoo experience is that they're permanent. They're permanent fish.
In fact,
It's just like herpes, mate. That just sticks with you for life.
that shit's for life.
That's for
Oh,
life.
mate. So what's the weather like there in Nice?
Mate, I've actually got a forecast for you, believe it or not. It's I've got to say it's quite lovely this time of year. I've been told by my female cab driver that took me from the airport to here and attempted to speak broken English. She was
Good on her.
wherever she is.
There's not too many Southern French people that do that. Good on her.
Yeah, no, she was quite friendly, which is really weird. But mate, today not so hot. It's only tops of 23 degrees, still sunny. I'm not going to complain because it's definitely warmer than Denmark where I just was. But Thursday, Friday, and Saturday hitting tops of 28 degrees. Cannot complain.
Your mate.
Sunday.
Mate, Queen's birthday weekend. Go for it.
Well,
Send it.
We don't get that here in France, unfortunately. Our government doesn't answer to the Queen. But
It doesn't answer to the English monarch.
Sunday, thunderstorms, 27 degrees. Could be a NATO, not sure.
If not, find yourself a bathtub. We were hoping to do a podcast to all the viewers. We were hoping to do a podcast in Tulsa, in the middle of Oklahoma State.
Oh, gosh.
We were praying to God that we would both be in a bathtub with speed dealers on, giving you this podcast. We've had to settle for second best.
We've had to stick to the frickin' breadstick podcast, which is the French podcast. But yeah, it's a tough one.
Shout out to Paul from the Vivino Wine App, by the way.
What's that?
Shout out to Paul from the Vivino Wine App.
That's a great point. I'm glad you say that because I'm going to test right now whether Vivino is an international product.
Wow! All right,
let's see this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
This is for everyone at home. Vivino Wine App. Download it, use it, drink wine. It's great, good for you. Antioxidants, whatever the fuck it's in there. Vivino right now. We know they work in Australia, but do they work in the southern regions of France? We're about to find out. Voila. Yes, it does.
Yes.
You cannot believe it. Check that out.
No way. I can't read shit.
You probably can't read it, so I'm going to read it to you. Average price of this bottle is $6, so good work, Seko. It's a 2010 bottle.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Just getting a little bit 5-year vintage.
Average rating of 3 out of 5 stars, so yeah. I'm gonna rate it though. You can rate the wine, so I'm gonna rate it a 4.
Oh, look at you, generous.
I'm gonna say it's fruity but dry. Shout out to you, Vivino.
Shout out to the Vivino Wine App, mate. I think we've covered all that we really wanted to cover in the NBA.
Yes, but there was one topic this week, actually recently this morning, that has arisen in the world of sports. Someone that was very dear to our hearts, in the fact that I've never seen someone bullshit their way through 25 years of presidential role in any country, company, or anything. The man, the myth, the legend, Sepp Blatter, steps down from FIFA after what feels like an eternity of corruption.
Tell you what I'm going to do? I'm going to pour out a 40 for him.
I'm not even pouring out a 40. I'm drinking this.
He's not even worth the time. The amount of crap that this man and the amount of corruption that the FIFA organisation have done under his legislation is absurd. And for this guy to be coming down, stepping down, what I really want to know, Seko, and what I think you're in the right circles for, what do you think he's going to do from now on?
Mate, so let's start up the rumour mill. Let's open him up. A man that is 79 years old, he is going to be rich as fuck because Russia has probably been paying his wages for 7 years now since... I don't know. Him and Putin seem to get along pretty well, I think. I think they do coffees in the morning, walk the dogs, the whole lot. Two of the most corrupt men on the planet, which is always a good combination. It wouldn't surprise me if he opened up for a joint run election of Russia. Even though I think he's French. Is that right?
Yeah, Swiss or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Some
like
weird
Western
European
Swiss.
nation that I'm probably going to visit right now. But
Could you imagine? Turns out he's Polish.
oh God, God help us
No.
if he was Polish.
God help us. Might steal some Scotsman's job. Holy, I really didn't mean to say that. That was so blatantly racist of me. You better cut that shit out, Seko, because
Okay.
I swear to God.
I got it. Oh, this is good.
Oh my God, my cousins are going to be like roaring with laughter if they ever see that.
Yeah.
Seriously, if I ever go for a presidential campaign, which I may do later on in my career, that's going to come back and bite me.
Yeah, it will. Just like Bray being nude on the pod's gonna come back and bite him.
Mate.
Suck it, Bray, that's what you get for not making fish dinner tonight, cock.
Always looking out for me, buddy.
He's not even there. He's hanging out with 16-year-olds. Bless him. Oh, great.
Oh. Oh.
Just when you thought this pod couldn't get any crazier.
Just when you thought, we've just been slandering. We've spent 5 weeks apart, and we just want to slander anyone and anyone
Pretty much.
who gets in our way.
Yeah,
It's just,
we're a real
it
threat.
gets too much. Gets a real threat.
Anyway, we're getting pretty ruthless right now, so I feel like we should probably wrap this thing up because
I think we got to wrap this thing up, mate. It's been
it's
been
been a good
far too
one.
long.
First international pod is on the air.
on the air. It
I'm a
should
bit
be
excited.
hopefully coming to the fan before the the finals start.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's gonna
try
be a
get
quick
this.
turnover for us.
We're trying to get this one online before these finals kick off in 2 days. So, Seko, you've got a bit of work to do. But no, it was good. I think we needed to have this before the finals. We needed to catch up
Definitely.
anyway because, like, as I've said, I mean, I know we're broken up now. That's just the way it has to be with my travels. But I just wanted to let you know that I still care, Fish.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna make sure that Herbert knows that across the road as well.
Yeah,
I know
pass
you care
that on
for
to
that, man.
Herbie.
I will. I definitely will.
How's what's the cat's name?
Who?
The cat from the corner. What did we name him?
Frank.
Yeah, how's Frank?
I haven't seen him in a long time, to be honest, mate. I haven't seen him, so I assume either he's drinking milk somewhere,
He's a cat.
or
Yeah.
B, he only wanted to come out to see you, and since you've been away, he's lost all hope.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty drastic measures there.
That sounds about right. Look, my Milford, if you're watching, can you reply to my text, please? Couple of other shout outs to some people at home. I'm missing everyone, but shout out to Schreiber. Like, just good on you, mate. Like, I don't know what you're doing, but good on you. Shout out to Jack Gillies. Where's me bloody carrot? Not sure. Shout out to Sarah. Where's our lasagna? Shout out to MK, who's leaving to come over to Europe. You're a massive potato. Petite massif. I'm in France. I speak French. Get bent. Safe travels though. And to the family, the Fishes, the Sekuliches, and our other family, which is Pittwater Retirement Village. God bless all of you. I'm missing all of you. Can't wait to be back in a month.
And with that, mate, we're just gonna fade out.
That's
And that's where we're at.
Fish, as always, mate. An absolute pleasure,
Pleasure and a privilege.
mate. That's
Glad that I didn't get too drunk during this. I thought that I would be hammered by now.
I'm hammered. French wine, dude. French
Kick
3-star wine. The threes. Oh wait, Swaggy P's getting married.
Swaggy P, Iggy Azalea,
What the heck?
power couple. 2 words, power couple.
Didn't even call me.
We're in the bridal party though, yeah?
Yeah, confirmed.
Good.
Confirmed. No, that'll be good. God bless that power couple. Anyway, Fish.
From everyone back here in Australia,
Peace.
get paid, get money.